Hi, this is Dr. Perry Carpenter. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to join me on today's video. On today's video, we're starting a brand new series. The series is entitled The QME's Championship Playbook. And I want to encourage you to stay with me and join me on each and every session in this brand new program. Now, the QME's Championship program is going to share with you some of the secrets, some of the tips, some of the techniques, some of the suggestions, some of the ideas, some of the procedures, and some of the protocols of some of the very best evaluators of all specialties throughout the entire state of California. And just to make an analogy to this program, if you're a golfer, imagine what it would be like to be able to spend some time with a world-class golfer such as Jordan Spieth or Jason Day or Phil Mickelson. What would that mean to your golf game to learn a few of the simple secrets that's taken them an entire career and an entire lifetime and thousands and even millions of golf balls hit? What could that mean to your game? Do you think you could sustain some immediate improvement in your golf game if you could spend some time with these golf experts? What if you're a tennis player? What would it mean to your game to be able to spend some time with Serena Williams or with Roger Federer or with any other world-class champion athlete? What could that mean to your game? Well, similarly, what could it mean to your QME practice and your face-to-face evaluation and your report writing procedures and your formulation of your opinions and conclusions if you could learn how some of the very best evaluators in the state do it and have been doing it for decades and decades over the courses of thousands and thousands of QME evaluations? That's what this program is all about. In order to assemble the material for today's program, I've had the opportunity to interview hundreds of qualified medical evaluators over the past 12 years and gather from them their methods, their manners, their ways, their procedures for performing their QME evaluation from inception, meaning from the moment they get their first phone call, all the way to the post office when they mail, finally, nearing the end of their 30-day timeline, when they mail their QME appointment and send the report off into Never Never Land, where it lives forever, and into perpetuity in the workers' compensation system. So this program is broken down into 3 segments, and I'm going to share with you the very best secrets of the very best evaluators in the area of preparation of your QME report and all the preparation involved that goes into the face-to-face evaluation and in orchestrating a brilliant face-to-face interaction with the examinee, such that the examinee comes away from the appointment feeling good about themselves, feeling good about you, and feeling good about the outcome of your report, whatever the outcome of that report should be. Even if the outcome of the report contains an adverse opinion against the examinee will understand why that outcome is negative, and the examinee will feel comfortable with that outcome because of the preparation that you've put in to communicating with the examinee. So we have the preparatory secrets, and then we're going to go into the interview and examination procedures of the very best qualified medical evaluators. And in this section, you're going to learn some fabulous ideas as to how the very best evaluators create an atmosphere in which the examinee is comfortable, the examinee is relaxed, the examinee is honest, the examinee is open. And in this context, you can actually have an actual and factual and accurate interview and physical examination process with them. Now contrast this with the normal scenario where the examinee comes to the evaluation tense, uptight, anxious, nervous, adrenalized, fight or flight-ized, and suspicious of the qualified medical evaluator. And the physical examination that they provide for us is many times not an accurate representation of their true condition. Well, the very best evaluators have a way to set up the atmosphere in the examination room such that the examinee drops their shoulders, drops their guard, relaxes, and simply becomes an interaction of fact-finding and truth-finding to come up with opinions and conclusions that are true and accurate representation, that are true and accurate. Now, not opinions and conclusions that are overstated and not true, and not opinions and conclusions that are understated and not true, but to come up with opinions and conclusions that are a true and accurate representation of the examinee's actual condition. The very best evaluators have a way to get to the truth very quickly, and they do that by employing some simple secrets and procedures in the interview process and then in the physical examination process that allow them to very quickly come up with accurate measurements, accurate range of motion findings, accurate physical examination findings that are accurate, that are neither overstated, that are neither understated, but that are true and accurate representation of the examinee's actual condition. And isn't that what it is that we're truly after? We're after finding out what's real, what's true, what's accurate, okay? And the very best evaluators are masterful at this, and I'm sure you're going to find this section of the program to be invaluable even on your very next evaluation. And then finally, part 3 of this program includes the report writing, the QME report writing methods, manners, procedures, protocols, tricks, and tactics of the very best qualified medical evaluators. And I'm going to share with you many ideas that will dramatically transform your final product, your final work product that represents you out in the workplace into perpetuity forever is your QME report. And by the time your QME report leaves your office in an envelope destined for the parties, it should be absolutely perfect. I want you to now set a new standard for yourself that your QME report that bears your signature, that is a representation of you as a doctor, and that lives forever into perpetuity, into electronic document land, should be perfect. It should be a masterpiece. It should certainly contain no typographical or grammatical errors. It should be meticulously formatted and beautifully formatted. It should read easily to the layperson without overly technical jargon. It should be laid out in all the categories and subcategories that are described in the 2016 Physician's Guide. It should include all the major topic headings and all the subcategories underneath those topic headings. It should flow logically. It should flow normally, sequentially, and chronologically. And it should be a beautiful masterpiece because it bears your signature. And without changing the entirety of your QME report writing procedure, I'm going to share with you some basic key ideas that the very best evaluators employ in order to make their reports look great, in order to make them read great, and in order to make them actually be great in terms of the opinions and conclusions that they offer. Because the opinions and conclusions that the very best evaluators offer are great opinions and conclusions because those opinions and conclusions most closely represent the truth. Imagine that. The very best opinions and the very best conclusions that you can offer in your report are conclusions that are reflective of the truth. And it's quite an interesting phenomenon. Opinions and conclusions that are not truthful don't stand up to the high scrutiny of substantial medical evidence. That's how you can tell when opinions and conclusions are accurate, actual, factual, and are true. They stand up to the tall criteria of substantial medical evidence. Any opinion or conclusion that's fabricated, that's false, that's simply orchestrated to try and achieve a better outcome, will not stand up to the tall criteria of substantial medical evidence. And the very best evaluators submit reports that are truthful, that are accurate, and that any other fastidious and meticulous evaluator would submit. In other words, the opinions and conclusions are the same as any other evaluator would offer, because those opinions and conclusions most closely reflect the truth. What a concept. And it's a fascinating study. The whole process involved with providing opinions and conclusions is a fascinating study. And it's interesting because those opinions and conclusions that you're not behind, that you don't have your whole heart in, that you don't strongly believe in, guess what? The parties know that in the reading of your opinions and conclusions. The words that you use, the punctuation that you use, the tone that you use, gives your opinions and conclusions away. And the very best evaluators simply provide opinions and conclusions that are as close as possible as we can come to the truth without actually having a crystal ball ourselves. And so there's a few basic secrets that you must employ in your very next report in order to dramatically improve the credibility, the authority, and the persuasive power of your report. And lo and behold, if you do it right, the parties can actually use your report in the resolution of the disputed issues. And that's one of the main problems that they have at the Division of Workers' Compensation and in the Appeals Board, is that many reports that doctors are submitting are not capable of resolving the disputed issues. And that's a big problem in the work that we as qualified medical evaluators do. And you'll notice, if you keep your eye open on the continuing education seminars that are being offered to qualified medical evaluators, many of them revolve around simply improving the content and quality of our reports, so that the parties, meaning the people beyond us, the attorneys, the workers' compensation judges, appeals board judges, so that the parties can actually use the report in the resolution of the claim. So in this program has the capacity to dramatically and radically change your entire procedure from here on forward. And you can relax and feel comfortable, because the purpose of the program is to improve your final product. Improve your final product. And there's several steps involved in getting to that final product. And I'm going to share with you many of the steps along the way that the very best evaluators, either by coincidence or by design, all employ the same procedures in arriving at their final product. And I'll share with you the most important and the most practical of those procedures in this program. So I have a fabulous program for you. I know this is going to be immensely helpful to you going forward. And I'm going to go ahead and assemble a couple of materials now, and we'll get right into today's material. And we're talking in this series about the QME's Championship Playbook. And we're going to begin with part 1, entitled The Preparation Secrets of the Very Best Qualified Medical Evaluators. So I look forward to being back with you here in just a couple moments.